Hey, good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP. It is Tuesday morning. There's a social media way. You can follow us every day, and there is our email address, our phone number. Never hesitate to call or text me. Tell me what you think. And so last night, Tuesday, August 25th, 2020, last night was the opening of the Republican National Convention. What did you think? I thought it was amazing. Okay, we're gonna break down some things this morning. I watched 3 hours last night. Now, just so you know, before we go into the next several days with the Republican National Convention, I watched every minute of the Democrat convention. So for any Democrats watching this morning, I made sure that last week, every minute I watched, I didn't miss a minute. And I tried to watch being optimistic. Is there something I can bring out of the Democratic National Convention that I could say? We should be back. You know, that's the second time, Emily, I've lost internet connection. So I'm going to work on that today. It's the second time I've lost internet connection. I don't know what's happening in this computer. But last night, I don't know where I left you that, sorry about that little delay. The Republicans were able to do what in one night, what the Democrats could not do in four. I remember last week the Democrats, and I want to get off of that because I want to get on the Republican National Convention and what an exciting night. I thought, well, first of all, out there, let me ask you, are you thinking, what do you do next? I mean, last night, that was opening night. Now what do you do? I mean, how do you follow last night with 2, 3, and 4? I mean, I'm really looking forward to this because last night was a home run. They stuck the landing. And I wanted to say that I've waited because all the media could do is gush about the Democrats sticking the landing. Joe stuck the landing. He gave a teleprompter speech and stuck the landing. So Republicans did not go to Hollywood. They did not go anywhere and do anything but stand up at the podium and tell the truth to America. Oh, I know you can't take that out there. So every time I watched, we will get into that in a minute. I watched everybody this morning attacking the Republican convention. So what did you expect? What did you expect, right? You don't expect any different. Actually, after last night, this ratchets up another multiple notches. When you're listening to MSNBC or CNN and one of them say, or you watch a clip where they say, this far into the game? Is it too far for Trump to come back? Okay. Now, we don't know that Trump's behind, right? Other than polling data that they purchase, that they present, the media, keep this clear, they purchase, they present, they get the sample. You don't know any better than what they tell you. And they want to know if Trump can come from this far back, this late in the game. Who's writing that? Okay, where I'm going to tell you where I want to start this morning, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. They said it was all about Trump, so we'll look around the room in a minute and we'll see if it's all about Trump. Every time you hear an attack from the Democrats today, in the media, anywhere, okay? Remember, Democrats are sitting at home right now. The Democratic National Committee is sitting home right now saying, why didn't we think of that? That's right. Why didn't we think of that? Why didn't we think of at least flying Joe out to Wisconsin so Joe could do a campaign to Milwaukee? He could do a campaign commercial saying we didn't turn our back on Milwaukee, right? Why didn't they think of bringing in the delegates to Charlotte, at least letting them buy a motel room for the night to get that hotel motel tax in North Carolina, bringing in the delegates and get the restaurants and some catering money and convention money into Charlotte, some, and the president fly in and accept the nomination from Charlotte. The Democratic Party is saying, why didn't we think of that? And we'll show you a little more in the show. We're going to start out this morning. Give me Okay, I'm sorry, folks. We keep losing internet connection. I do not know why my internet is not staying connected, and I apologize. We'll get that worked on. Hopefully, we can get through the show. We keep losing internet here. But when candidates call me, I tell them all the time, when you go in a room, okay, give me number 9. If you leave at night or you leave anywhere talking to an audience and they don't remember something you say the next day, if the next day somebody is quoting something you said, you hit a home run. And that's what you need to go for. This morning, Senator Tim Scott, our family went from cotton to Congress in one lifetime, okay? And that's why I believe the next American century can be better than the last. So find that video, Emily, that one right there, and let's play that one.
Family went from cotton to Congress in one lifetime. And that's why I believe the next American century can be better than the last. There are millions of families just like mine all across this nation, full of potential, seeking to live the American dream. And I'm here tonight to tell you that supporting the Republican ticket gives you the best chance of making that dream a reality. God bless you. And Father, please continue blessing the United States of America. God bless.
Now, folks, this will upset my Democratic viewers this morning, but it's possible that he could become the first black president in the United States. I know. It's possible he could be the first black president in the United States. From cotton to Congress in one lifetime. Tim Scott closed last night. I tell you what, I'm not for sure that he's not the keynote speaker. Now, there's a lot to see. Okay, a lot to see. Let's go with number 11. This is burning Democrats up this morning. This is why was last night not historic? You know, go ahead, bring me up number 11. Football star Herschel Walker, who has been friends with Trump 37 years. Just because someone loves and respects the flag doesn't mean that they don't care about social justice. I care about all of those things, and so does Donald Trump. Find that video. When you're ready, go with that one of Herschel Walker.
Me just casual ran into him from time to time. I'm talking about a deep personal friendship. I watched him as an owner of a professional football team. Right after he bought the team, he set out to learn. He learned about the history of the team, the players, the coaches, every detail. Then he used what he learned to make the team better. I watched him in the boardroom. He can be in the middle of a big meeting, but if one of the kids was on the phone, he dropped everything to take the call. He taught me that the family should be your top priority. I watched him treat janitors, security guards, and waiters the same way he would treat a VIP. He made them feel special because he knew they were. He understands that they are the people who make this country run. They clean, they cook, they build, they drive, they deliver. He told me, Herschel, make an effort to get to know people. Remember their names. That stuck with me. One time, I planned to take his kids to Disney World with my family. At the last minute, Donald said he'd like to join us. So there he was, in a business suit, on It's a Small World ride. That was something to see. It just shows you what a caring, loving father he is. It hurt my soul to hear the terrible names that people call Donald. The worst one is racist. I take it as a personal insult that people would think I've had a 37-year friendship with a racist. People who think that don't know what they're talking about. Growing up in the Deep South, I've seen racism up close. I know what it is, and it isn't Donald Trump. Just because someone loves and respects the flag, our national anthem, and our country, doesn't mean they don't care about social justice. I care about all those things. So does Donald Trump. He shows how much he cares about social justice in the black community through his actions. And his action speaks louder than stickers or slogans on a jersey. He keeps right on fighting to improve the lives of black Americans and all Americans. He works night and day. He never stops. He leaves nothing on the field. Some people don't like his style, the way he knocks down obstacles that get in the way of his goals. People on the opposing team didn't like when I ran over them either. But that's how you get the job done. I pray every night that God gives him more time. Give him 4 more years. He has accomplished so much, almost all by himself, on a constant attack. But there's still more work to be done. If you love America and want to make it better, Donald Trump is your president. He's my president, and I'm blessed to call him friend.
37 years. I would hate to think that I have been friends for 37 years with a racist. It's terrible. He can't stand Donald Trump being called a racist. I'm not friends with a racist. Deep personal friendship. He's not talking about somebody he just stops by and says hello to. Now, why was this not a historic night? I watched all the media this morning. Remember the DNC historic night, right? Now they call, it's sad, but they call Black Americans that want to think for themselves token. I got a message this morning, okay? I put up pictures of these great Americans, okay? And underneath somebody wrote token. So here's the one. Give me number 12, all right? And let's keep this in mind. This is Kimberly Klacik, okay? Now, Kimberly Klacik, she's running for Maryland's 7th district. That's Elijah Cummings. Do nothing, Elijah Cummings, Baltimore. They are so upset because last week, Kimberly Klacik stepped all over their Democrat National Committee convention with the video of her walking through the streets of Baltimore and showing you what the Democrats don't want you to see in the inner city. So let me just set this video up. This will be our next one, okay? But let me set this up. Last week, I did not bring this up, but I watched MSNBC. I said, you know what? I want to watch the coverage on MSNBC, the Democrat coverage. I want to hear them swoon. When the Democrats came on at 9 o'clock, they went straight to 11 with not a single commercial break. Every little video clip that the Democrats put up, every boring thing that Eva Longoria, or whatever her name is, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, or whatever her name is, every little thing they said, every little clip, anything and everything, no commercial breaks. And I thought last week, I said, hey, MSNBC is really taking it on the chin. They're not even taking a break. I watched it from cover to cover, no break. They made sure that everything was aired without interruption. So last night, I'm sitting there and I said, okay, I'm going to watch MSNBC. All right. I want to hear them, I want to see how they handle it. Well, the convention starts and we get early into it. And this young lady, Kimberly Clack, you could see, Kimberly Klacik, you could see her start to come up on the convention, her video. And Rachel Maddow says, at this time, we're going to take a short break. They cut that. They cut it. They don't want you to see. Let me show you what MSNBC, CNN, nobody out there in the deep state corporate corrupt media wants you to see this morning. This lady here in the Baltimore 7th. If she flips the 7th or this message gets out, it could resonate. This could inspire more Black Americans to think for themselves, decide for themselves what they would like to believe, do. Play this one here. Let's play Kimberly Klacik's video from last night on the convention.
It's bringing the American spirit to life for all Americans. Klacik, and I'm running for Congress in Maryland's 7th District. And like Shirley Chisholm, I'm unbought and unbossed. Let me remind you, the Democrats have controlled this part of Baltimore City for over 50 years. And they have run this beautiful place right into the ground. Abandoned buildings, liquor stores on every corner, drug addicts, guns on the street. That's now the norm in many neighborhoods. You'd think Maryland taxpayers would be getting a whole lot since our taxes are out of control. Instead, we're paying for decades of incompetence and corruption. Sadly, the same cycle of decay exists in many of America's Democrat-run cities. And yet the Democrats still assume that Black people will vote for them, no matter how much they let us down and take us for granted. We're sick of it. We're not going to take it anymore. The days of blindly supporting the Democrats are coming to an end. In Baltimore, we have the highest number of Black Republicans in the entire country running for office this election cycle. Joe Biden believes we can't think for ourselves, that the color of someone's skin dictates their political views. We're not buying the lies anymore. You and your party have neglected us for far too long. We want safety in our neighborhoods. We want to make the most of the federal opportunity zone I'm standing in right now in West Baltimore. We want higher paying jobs and more business opportunities. We want lower taxes. We want school choice. We want a chance to get ahead, not just get by. That's what President Trump promised, and that's what President Trump delivered. I want Baltimore to be an example to Republicans around the country that we can compete in our inner cities if we reach out to the citizens and deliver real results. President Trump is bringing this country back roaring. He's bringing the American spirit to life for all Americans. So I'm asking you to help President Trump complete this great American comeback. And then I'm asking you to help me start this great Baltimore comeback. Thank you, and God bless America.
We played Tim Scott, right? Herschel Walker, Kimberly Klacik, right? Historic night. No, give me number 61. The Grand Old Meltdown. This is what they're saying. Okay, the Grand Old Meltdown. Number 57. RNC speakers distort Dem platform, sanitize Trump's record. All right. It was a historic night. Now, we are not finished. We're gonna get into the white speakers in just a minute. But Tim Scott, from cotton to Congress in one lifetime. Get the tissues out. This was amazing. We're far from done. Herschel Walker, 37 years. To think I would be friends with somebody 37 years, a racist? Really? What are you saying about me? This is my close friend. Kimberly Klacik, showing Baltimore, Maryland 7th District, Baltimore, and what the inner cities look like. And what did she say? Liquor store on every corner. Why, a liquor store on every corner. You don't have to walk that far. You get your Newports, Cools. Don't want to get into a controversial issue. Newports, Cools. I don't know what Corn Pop smokes. All right. Liquor and lottery. All through a big glass window that's bulletproof. Slide your money through the slot. I'll slide you back your lottery ticket and your smokes. Okay? Period. All right. So anyhow, Baltimore, Maryland. What does she say? Assume black people will vote for them. They just assume black people will vote for them. Joe says they can't think for themselves. The decay of Baltimore. Now, we're going to go in. Let's go to our next one here. We're going to stay on this historic night, and we will get to the white people in just a minute. Where is our good friend from Georgia? Number 22. The next video I want you to find is Vernon Jones. Okay, find that one. All right. This is number 22, Vernon Jones. This is our friend from Georgia. He is a Democrat. Okay. He is in the Georgia House of Representatives, a Democrat from DeKalb County, used to be the DeKalb County CEO, is voting for Donald Trump. Okay. Now, these are the 4 black Americans. And I don't even like to say that because Democrats like to say African Americans. They like to identify everybody. If you want to unite America, why can't we just be Americans? Why can't it just be Herschel Walker, Vernon Jones? Why can't it just be Kimberly Klacik? Why can't it just be Tim Scott? But no, the world has to identify everybody. So this is a black man voting for Donald Trump. And when he is finished, our 4 black Americans, great Americans, we are going to discuss something that the Democrats will not talk about. So find the Vernon Jones. This is our friend from Georgia. He has been on the show. I texted him yesterday before he went on. He responded to my text. I appreciate it, sir. Play his video.
America needs Donald Trump in the Oval Office. And I'm a state representative from the great state of Georgia. As you can see, I'm a man of color, and I'm a lifelong Democrat, too. You may be wondering, why is a lifelong Democrat speaking at the Republican National Convention? And that's a fair question. And here's your answer. The Democratic Party does not want black people to leave their mental plantation. We've been forced to be there for decades and generations. But I have news for Joe Biden. We are free. We are free people with free minds. And I'm part of a large and growing segment of the black community who are independent thinkers, and we believe that Donald Trump is the president that America needs to lead us forward. This is no time for sleeping in the basement. Joe Biden has had 47 years to produce results. But he's been all talk and no action, just like so many of the Democrats who've been making promises to the black voters for decades. We've been their captive audience. When President Trump sought to earn the black vote, the Democratic Party leaders went crazy. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer literally started wearing kente cloths around the U.S. Capitol, as if pandering were enough to keep us satisfied. Let me tell you why I'm supporting our president. I grew up in the South, in Laurel Hill, North Carolina, Scotland County, the Green Pond community to be exact. My parents, Robin and Rufus Jones, built with their own hands a 4-room cinder block home with no indoor plumbing. They had very limited education, but they instilled in us a strong work ethic that drove me from those tobacco fields of North Carolina to those hallowed halls of the Georgia General Assembly. My parents taught me if I believed in God, worked hard, and treated every person fairly, there was no limit to what we could achieve. I attended North Carolina Central University, an historical black college. For generations, HBCUs have been the incubators that develop black scholars in math and science and religion, engineering, and politics. They have been important springboards for the black success. But Democrats haven't treated them that way. When President Trump took office, he changed everything. He delivered historic funding to HBCUs, and he guaranteed it for 10 years, something that's never happened in the history of this country. That gave our HBCUs stability, the chance to grow, and produce the next generation of black leaders. That's right, Donald Trump did that. He's also supported school choice to ensure that no child, no matter their race or zip code, is left behind. Every child should have access to a quality education. But education is just the beginning. The president also built the most inclusive.
All right. So before we take a break, because we're running long, that's our good friend Vernon Jones. Go ahead and put back up number 22. Our good friend Vernon Jones, okay? Leave their mental plantation. Leave it. Black America is leaving it. They have been up under it for far too long. Sleeping in the basement, Joe, where I wanted to end this and why I wanted to end with Vernon this morning on our first break, and I wanted to focus on starting at Tim Scott. Get to Tim Scott because we're going to play that one. Okay. We're going to play that one to go to our break, the Tim Scott one. So get it ready. They want to lead you to believe that Black Lives Matter is the overriding theme that we need to burn down our entire country, literally burn it down and burn down everything about this country and rebuild it. Okay? I have showed you a Black American. You go listen to Tim Scott's speech today that can tell you he came from the not everything is wrong. Remember what I told you about the Democrat convention last week? I said, could they not find one thing to love about this country, one thing to be optimistic about? One, happiness, any whatsoever. One thing that has been done from any side correct for Black America. Tim Scott, from the cotton fields to Congress in one lifetime, okay? Herschel Walker, Heisman Trophy, an opportunity in the Deep South to get an education, play football, become a millionaire in this country, become a friend and one of the best friends of a billionaire that he knows he's not racist, Herschel Walker. Kim Klacik, walking the streets of Baltimore in Maryland's 7th District, that has been left behind by Elijah Cummings, that did nothing for his district, piled up in trash, rats, nasty, decaying Baltimore. To give an example of the death rate, murder rate, the drugs, the gangs, the violence, unsafe neighborhoods you can't even drive in, liquor store, lottery, Newports on every corner. As an example of almost every Democrat-run interior of every Democrat-run city in America. Kimberly Klacik, there you go. And then Vernon Jones hits it out of the park. That's why I wanted to line up Black colleges. Why didn't the Democrats last week do something like this and say Barack Obama, okay? Barack, if you listen to these people, you got to understand the mental plantation, it's over. Yes. That my internet keeps crashing. Okay, it keeps crashing. I don't know why it won't stay connected. It keeps losing internet, and I'll try to get that fixed here quickly. I'll try to get it fixed. But Donald Trump knew, I mean, every student knows in Black colleges, Donald Trump fully funded. Okay, it was a historic night last night. Historic night. Let's play Tim Scott's video one more time, and then let's take a break.
Our family went from cotton to Congress in one lifetime. And that's why I believe the next American century can be better than the last. There are millions of families just like mine all across this nation, full of potential, seeking to live the American dream. And I'm here tonight to tell you that supporting the Republican ticket gives you the best chance of making that dream a reality. God bless you. And Father, please continue blessing the United States of America. God bless.
Okay, we're going to take a brief break, and we'll be right back. We'll try to get our internet to where the connection stays. So take a break, Emily.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is more than just your average Ace. We have a huge selection of Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next trip. We have a huge selection of lumber for your next building project. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs. Plus, we have everything you'd expect like paint, tools, and equipment. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Emily, you did a great job in that first 30 minutes of keeping me up. But when the internet is dropping, what happens, folks? And we're going to have to put a new driver in our computer. We're going to have to put a new driver in our computer. But the internet keeps dropping, okay? And it's not in the studio. So what will happen, just so you'll know, is if the internet drops here immediately, Emily will go to our show card. That doesn't mean we're gone, and she'll start playing commercials or whatever till I can get it reset, and she'll bring it back up. So we're not gone anywhere. We have a problem with our Wi-Fi connector on the driver here. Like I said, we will get it corrected we'll get it corrected immediately. Now, that being said, okay, if it drops off, don't go anywhere. Last night was a historic night, and we opened up with Black America, the historic night that is messing the Democrats up. Now, they could have thought of this, and they're wondering why they didn't. Why didn't they go and get 8 years of clips of Obama and Biden together? Why not? Why didn't they go and just play clip after clip of what Joe Biden has done for this country? Now, they said it was all about Donald Trump last night. So let me just ask you this, okay? So it was all about Donald Trump. So let's see. Now, let me give you a little tour of the studio here. We have our Keep America Great, our Trump 2020. We have our assortments, Keep America Great 2020, okay, hat here. We have our Constitution. We have our 2020 Trump Keep America Great hat here. It's another one. We have our Vote Trump 2020 Perfect Vision hat. In fact, if you only have one Trump hat, Vote Trump Mobs or Jobs. Mobs or Jobs. Vote Trump. Okay. MAGA. Make America Great Again. Drain the Swamp. Okay, we have that. All right. We have our American flag. We've got Marines. We have our Ronald Reagan calendar. We have an American flag. We have Trump Make America Great Again. Right there, flag. We have our Trump Pence, okay, over here. Over here, we have our Ross Perot. For you kids, we'll explain that one day. We have a Democrat on the wall, Mondale for America, Mondale Ferrara button. And give me, because you could see in the corner, but give me my flag over here. Jason Newman got me this flag, number 63. This is what's hanging over here. Okay, is that, you got 63 up? Good. 63. That is our flag hanging on the wall right here. Now, if you want to put something on the studio wall, like if you want that section, I can move some of this and get your stuff up here, and we'll take pictures. You just let me know, Chief at Fetcher News. Put our date and our address. Put all those good, happy things up, Emily. And I appreciate you trying to balance getting all the videos that we have ready, along with the freezing up on the internet and so forth. So now let me run through. Let's go to our second part of our historic night last night. All right. Now, it was amazing. The 4 African Americans, Black Americans, whatever you may say. But I'm going to tell you, get the tissue box out, because if anyone in America watched this, and it just didn't, give me number 18. Mr. Alvarez, right? Is that his name, Alvarez? Whose family escaped from communist Cuba. This is the greatest country in the world. I'm sorry, man. That it's like I said last week, could the Democrats not find? I'm going to ask you this morning, when you get the time, and you should take the time, not only watch this man, Mr. Alvarez, not only watch him, set your children down. in front of the TV. Now, I told you that the Republicans would celebrate this country. Last night, they celebrated the 4 Black Americans on the screen. They celebrated the opportunity in this great nation. They celebrated where they can go from here with Black leadership. You do realize the lady that wants to be vice president of the United States of America is not Black enough. She's not American Black. I'm in so much trouble, I don't give a rat's ass. You do realize Kamala Harris's dad is Jamaican, Mon, and Indian, the mother from India, right? You realize Kamala Harris cannot stand on a stage and talk about cotton like Tim Scott. You know Kamala Harris cannot stand on a stage and talk about the Deep South like Herschel Walker. You know Kamala Harris cannot stand on the stage and talk about tobacco fields in North Carolina and a 4-room block house like Vernon Jones. Preach on, brother, preach on, right? She can't do it. Let me tell you who else can't do it. Barack Hussein Obama's daddy was from Kenya and his mama was white. He's not an American Black. Barack Hussein Obama cannot stand on a stage and talk about cotton like Tim Scott. Barack Hussein Obama cannot stand on the stage and talk about the Deep South and racism like Herschel Walker. Barack Hussein Obama cannot talk about the tobacco fields, 4-room block house, and Black colleges like Vernon Jones. He can't do it. Republicans celebrate and liberate and open the country up for all to flourish with the opportunity for a better tomorrow for all. Republicans will be the party that presents the first Black president of the United States. Now, sometimes people get all worked up and excited and they get emotional. But the presidential speech last night to me was Tim Scott, not Don Jr. I get it. The presidential speech last night that speaks of a leader that loves this country and knows where we came from, where we are, and where we can be going is Tim Scott. I just hit a home run with me. This man here, this got me all teared up. This is the greatest country in the world. Something about that Democrats just cannot say. They cannot spew those words without hissing. This is the greatest country in the world. They have to hiss it. It makes them cringe. They can't take it. And I said this before. Sit your kids down. Watch this. Watch Vernon Jones. Watch Tim Scott. Watch Kim Klacik. Watch each and every one of these Americans, Herschel Walker. Set your kids down and celebrate this country. If I give away everything, get this video ready next, Emily. If I give away everything that I have today, it would not equal 1% of what was given when I came to this great country of ours. Play that video, Mr. Alvarez.
through hard work and determination, President Trump knows that the American story was written by people just like you and I, who love our country and take risks to build a future for our families and neighbors. I may be a Cuban-born, but I am 100% American. This is the greatest country in the world. And I said this before. If I gave away everything that I have today, it would not equal 1% of what I was given when I came to this great country of ours. The gift of freedom. Right now, it is up to us to decide our fate and to choose freedom over oppression. President Trump, he's fighting the forces of anarchy and communism. And I know he will continue to do just that.
I'm sorry, man. I'm going to tell you what. I just said this. Please put his number 18 back on the screen. You need to listen to his entire speech that night. Put your kids on the couch. They need to understand that they're about to, with Joe Biden, lose the gift of freedom. They're about to forget that. And they're going to lose it with Joe Biden. Totally. Now, I'm going to finish my historic night, and then we will get into some of the white people. Okay? But Democrats are spinning. The media's head is spinning because the Republicans hit a home run last night. Now, I made a decision not to go negative. Just say it. Just saying, right? I made a decision not to go negative, okay? This lady, number 8, and we'll finish our historic night and move on, okay? Former Ambassador Nikki Haley, Joe Biden's bosses would be Nancy Pelosi, Bernie Sanders, and the squad. She did an amazing job last night. Historic night. Her family is from India. Her dad wore a turban. Her mom wore, I forget the dress, the official name of the dress. This lady, a descendant from India, okay, Kamala Harris, look at what she's done, putting more black males in prison. This lady, governor of South Carolina, okay, she reached new heights. Governor of South Carolina, a woman. They don't praise Republican women. Ambassador to the United Nations, said that President Trump was not going to the United Nations, was not paying their bills anymore. Okay. So did you pull her video? I didn't tell you to pull her video. If you have her video, let's go with her video. Nikki Haley.
A Biden-Harris administration would be much, much worse. Last time, Joe's boss was Obama. This time, it would be Pelosi, Sanders, and the squad. Their vision for America is socialism, and we know that socialism has failed everywhere. They want to tell Americans how to live and what to think. They want a government takeover of health care. They want to ban fracking and kill millions of jobs. They want massive tax hikes on working families. Joe Biden and the socialist left would be a disaster for our economy. But President Trump is leading a new era of opportunity.
Let me show you a couple of the responses from the media. Now, before I show you this, okay, keep in mind, what did you expect? Okay? What did you expect? All right? If you expected something different, don't. Number 27. Number 27, GOP paints Trump as leader to protect nation from Democrats. Now, I just played you a historic night. Historic. All right? Protect you from Democrats. Democrats are the party that decided to be socialist, to be communist, to burn their cities down, to destroy the inner city. That's who Democrats chose to be. Democrats chose to be the party you need protected from, not the party of opportunity. This was a historic night. And we'll talk about what's in that picture in a minute. Number 28, GOP paints Trump as leader to protect. There you go. They put up Tim Scott. We're going to show you. Okay. "32. This is the one I enjoy. This is after the historic night last night. Republicans try to close the gap on empathy and diversity. Try to close the gap on empathy and diversity. Why is there a gap? Who decided there's a gap? CNN? Who made this great decision that there's a gap that we need to try to close in the Republican Party? Is it too late in the game? That's what they were saying this morning. Look at that. Number 33, Republicans try to close the gap. They're talking about Herschel Walker. Close the gap. That's what Kimberly Klacik is called, the gap. Okay. Number 35, Republican Nikki Haley, former ambassador. Now, I wanted to show you these after I just showed you clips. You should go watch every one of these speeches. They are so exciting, so uplifting, so revealing of what socialism could be. A Joe Biden administration could look like. If there's such thing as that, you should have a healthy fear of some things. '39, MSNBC bringing in the Never Trumpers, okay? This is the morning. Now, what did you expect? Did you expect MSNBC and CNN all of a sudden to gush over Republicans? Here's the thing is Fox, as they try to play it down the middle, actually gives sympathy and empathy and all the whatever words you want to use to Democrats, where CNN and MSNBC give zero to Republicans. Number 40, this is what's on this morning. Going to show you. Okay, Democrats highlight Republican national chaos in a new ad. Okay. Number 41, GOP portrays Democrats as a menace. Number 42, nominating Trump, Republicans rewrite his record. I watched the whole thing. I understand the record. I understand clearly the record. We'll get into that later. Later. 47, MSNBC, 47 main takeaways from the RNC's first night. Here's number 52, another one on CNN. GOP paints Trump as leader to protect. Okay. Here is Joe. Minka is off. She doesn't have the nerves. She can't take this week. Number 53, Joe and Little Willie, RNC speakers paint dark view of Biden presidency. I didn't see a dark view of it. I've seen the truth of what will happen. Okay. The truth of what will happen. 56, give me 56. Go to 57. RNC speakers distort. Dem platform sanitize Trump's record. Number 58, Politico by Tim Alberta. The number 58, The Grand Old Party Meltdown. This is the article, number 60. 61, The Grand Old Meltdown. We showed you that one this morning. Okay? That's right. The Grand Old Meltdown. Democrats had an opportunity last week to do everything the Republicans did last night, and they took none of this. Number 6. This is the Democrat Party. This is the base. Number 6. A car lot in Kenosha, Wisconsin, that supports Black Lives Matter is burned to the ground. This is your Democrat Party. They will back away, stand down, and give your cities and your property and your building. What will they tell police to do if actually the chanting of Black Lives Matter down your street actually comes in your house, throws your ass out in the front yard, and sits on your couch? If you call the police, will they remove them? No, I'm not reaching, folks, because that's what they're chanting. And that's the reason Republicans have to tell you what a Joe Biden world would look like. Hey, a side note, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Okay, sorry about that. We lost internet again, but we're going to take a brief break. And just a side note before we go to our break, do you realize if Joe Biden is sworn in as president of the United States, he would be 78 years old. And if he won a second term, he would leave and be 86. Just a little programming note. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is more than just your average Ace. We have a huge selection of Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next trip. We have a huge selection of lumber for your next building project. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs. Plus, we have everything you'd expect like paint, tools, and equipment. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, 1 nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
If you want big Chevy discounts, Days Chevrolet in Jasper gets it done with savings of $8,000 on new Chevy Equinox or up to $10,000 savings off new Silverado crew cabs. We're big on discounts and even bigger on customer service. See Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Find new roads.
Celebrating America. I'm your host, BKP. It's August 25th, 2020. Let me tell you a little something we have going on here. It's already 9/11. Election night coverage. It will be the best. November 3rd, 8 to midnight. Now, many are saying we will not have a decision on the president of the United States race, the Biden-Trump race. Oh my God, is that it? Is that the... Emily had the clock ready. That's the hours, minutes, and seconds. There you go. How many days? Hours, minutes, seconds. So anyhow, that is the clock right there. We are doing election night coverage. All right. No, we cannot build a $500,000 set. We can't do it. I'm not going to be able to do it. We 69. Thank you. We only have 69 days till Christmas. That's what Donald Trump. That's what I'm getting for Christmas. I wonder if I can get something for Christmas to put on the wall. Huh? What if I can get a hat? Anyhow, we will not be able to build the $500,000 studio and maybe have quite as many flashing lights. But I'm going to give you a guarantee. We will have the best election coverage you can watch. FYNTV.com. November 3rd, election eve. We are working on Guest Now, a panel. It won't just be me talking to you for 4 hours. I can do it. I can do it. Don't think I couldn't do it. Don't think I could not talk to you for 4 hours on election eve. But we are putting an amazing panel together. Started talking to guests last night. We're going to have callers, you name it. We're going to have 50-inch TV monitors where you're going to be able to see results as we break them down, our panel. It's going to be the best. Now, we're going to end at midnight, okay, and wrap up and get home because maybe they might call Trump's landslide that night, maybe not. But again, best election night coverage, FYNTV.com. It'll be right here. So last night, celebrating America, we're going to continue, all right? This guy right here, how do you open? I was amazed, okay? I said, is this young man, isn't he 26? Let me get this, okay? I think he's 26. Am I correctamundo here? All right. Wait a minute. Where is this young man at? I know. There he is. Give me number 16, Charlie Kirk, 26 years old. And I'm thinking, were you sitting there last night saying, how are they going to open this up? What are they going to do, right? And last night, the Republicans just brought it. Truth, facts, vision, love for the country, patriotic, flags, just brought it to you. Just explained it, laid it out. Go ahead and get his video ready, Charlie Kirk. Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk says in RNC address that President Trump is the defender of Western civilization. I thought to myself, how do you open this convention? Everyone out there was wondering, what will they do? This guy right here, 26, so you have to be 35 according to the Constitution, but he could be president of the United States. Let's play the minute 28 opening of Charlie Kirk. This is how the Republican National Convention opened last night with this young man. Play his video.
Is the most critical since 1860, when a man named Lincoln was elected to preserve the Union from disintegration. This election is not just the most important of our lifetime, it is the most important since the preservation of the Republic in 1865. By re-electing Trump, we will ensure that our kids are raised to love our country and respect its founding fathers, not taught to hate or be ashamed of them. We will build monuments to heroes, not burn down our cities. We'll be a country that rises to higher heights, that dreams big, thinks big, and achieves the impossible. A country that values our remarkable journey, the complexities of our past, but clearly communicates to the next generation that we have to be grateful, not angry, that we live in the United States. We will be a country that makes it easier to have many children, live quiet and peaceable lives, and worship your God without a tyrant getting in the way. We will be a country that has its best 100 years ahead. We will build a future where America remains the greatest country ever to exist in the history of the world. All of that is within our grasp if we secure 4 more years for the defender of Western civilization, our champion, my friend, the 45th President of the United States, President Donald J. Trump.
And you wondered how they were going to open. Whoa, right? I was like, I thought to myself after Charlie left the stage, I said, you know, if they just turned it off right now, I know we would have missed all of those great presentations. But I just thought if they just turned it off right now, I could say the Republic, I could have taken the opening and said the Republican National Convention was was optimistic. It just blew all 4 nights the DNC attempted away and said, we win. I think what you should do is you should ask your children, and I'm serious, I think I would love for you to get your children in a room and say, do you understand the preservation of the Republic 1865? I would say, do you understand the preservation of the Republic? Interesting. Now, those gun-toting, because they say Donald Trump is trying to scare you, okay? Remember 19, the McCloskeys? Those gun-toting McCloskeys, right? They came out. The Democrats, now look, the media this morning is talking about the 2 gun-toting people that came out and pointed firearms at Black Lives Matter protesters. Nothing about private property, nothing about being in a community that is private property, nothing about breaking the gate to walk in there. So you got number 19. Now, number 20. Give me number 20. Here's CNN dishonest. They're covering up how the marching protesters, yes, broke into the private community and threatened to burn down their home and kill their dog. They did, okay? I want this video ready to go here. And here is number 10. Mark and Patricia McCloskey, the St. Louis couple facing felony charges for pointing guns at Black Lives Matter protesters outside their home, address the RNC. You know that we're not the kind of people who back down. Thankfully, neither is Donald Trump. Now, the lady in the front with the bullhorn, maybe it's in the video. We will see. Let's play the McCloskeys video from last night.
The Marxist liberal activist leading the mob to our neighborhood stood outside our home with a bullhorn screaming, "You can't stop the revolution." Just weeks later, that same Marxist activist won the Democrat nomination to hold a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives. In the city of St. Louis, that's the same as winning the general election. That Marxist revolutionary is now going to be the Congresswoman from the 1st District of Missouri. These radicals are not content with marching in the streets. They want to walk the halls of Congress. They want to take over. They want power. This is Joe Biden's party. These are the people who will be in charge of your future and the future of your children.
They're not satisfied with spreading the chaos and violence into our communities. They want to abolish the suburbs altogether by ending single-family home zoning. This forced rezoning would bring crime, lawlessness, and low-quality apartments into now thriving suburban neighborhoods. President Trump smartly ended this government overreach, but Joe Biden wants to bring it back. These are the policies that are coming to a neighborhood near you. So make no mistake, no matter where you live, your family will not be safe in the radical Democrats' America.
At this moment in history, if you stand up for yourself and for the values our country was founded on, the mob, spurred on by their allies in the media, will try to destroy you. You've seen us on your TV screens and Twitter feeds. You know that we're not the kind of people who back down. Thankfully, neither is Donald Trump. President Trump will defend the God-given right of every American to protect their homes and their families. But more than that, Trump's vision for America is a country where you have an opportunity to work hard and build the life you dream of with a job you love, with your children being educated in great schools, in a community where your family can play in the backyard without fear, worship in a church without shame, and express your beliefs without retribution. Trump brought us the greatest economy our country had ever seen. The Democrats have brought us nothing but destruction.
Democrats has brought us nothing but obstruction. Let me go to, I don't want it right now, but Emily, I'm going to want number 21, but I want to go back to number 10, and I do not have her name, but as the McCloskey said in St. Louis there, number 10, the woman with the bullhorn in the front is now going to be, that was yelling, "You can't stop the revolution." Okay, this Marxist communist that is Black Lives Matter with a bullhorn, "You can't stop the revolution." It will now be the 1st District of Missouri, will be the Congresswoman from the 1st District of Missouri. Democrats would call it dark, but this is called the truth. Now, we will not be able probably to play all of it, but give me number 21, okay? Now, this is Mr. Andrew Pollock, all right? Is that his name, Andrew Pollock? His daughter was killed, Parkland, okay? Parkland High School was killed. This is only one of hundreds. If you get to talk to people that meet Donald Trump, this is only one of hundreds that talk about what a great listener the president is. So let's find his video, get it ready. If you got it, let's go ahead and go to it, and we'll come back.
In 2018, a gunman walked into Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, and changed my life forever. My name is Andrew Pollock. His name isn't worth saying. One of the seniors walking in the hallways that day was my beautiful daughter, Meadow. She was just months away from graduating and beginning a new life. We were so proud of the woman she had become. But in the hallway on that 3rd floor, the gunman saw Meadow and shot her down the hallway, hitting her 4 times. After she was shot and on the floor, she crawled over to another student, a freshman girl, to protect her. She draped her body over her, and then the scumbag gunman shot my daughter at point-blank range 5 more times, killing Meadow and the girl she was shielding. She had a whole life ahead of her, and in that life, she could have done anything and been anything. So many moments that I waited so long for were taken from me. I didn't get to drop her off at college. I didn't get to walk her down the aisle. But every moment was taken from her, and for what? I never wanted this to become a political spectacle, but it did. I never wanted to meet the president like this, but I did. I was invited to the White House. The truth is, I had just buried my daughter that week. I really wasn't interested in public events like a tour or a photo op. I was interested in answers and solutions. So if the president wanted to meet me personally, I said I'd go. They said, of course, that was his plan. At the White House, my family and I sat with the president in the Oval Office and told him about Meadow. I told him what we knew. I told him that his administration needed to take a closer look at what went wrong and why. And I got to see who President Trump really is. He's a good man and a great listener, and he cuts through the BS. Then the president did what he said he would do. He took action. He formed a school safety commission that issued dozens of recommendations to make schools safer. But I'll bet you never heard about that. Instead, the media turned my daughter's murder into a coordinated attack on President Trump, Republicans, and our Second Amendment. In fact, when President Trump asked me and other parents of children that were murdered in school shootings to join him as he announced the commission's findings, the media's first question wasn't about protecting kids. Shockingly, they asked about the government shutdown. President Trump turned to me appalled and said, "Andy, can you believe these people? We're trying to talk about school safety, and this is what they do." But I could believe it. After my daughter's murder, the media didn't seem interested in the facts, so I found them myself. I learned that gun control laws didn't fail my daughter. People did. The gunman had threatened to kill.
Gun control laws did not fail my daughter, Meadow Pollack. People did. Now, I don't know that man, but I just can feel it through the screen that he will not show up and say or promote or advocate anything he doesn't believe in. He just comes across, if they would have called him up and he said, look, you know, President Trump, there was a lot of cheap talk and nothing came out of it. I'm not interested to be used. Okay. Now, I'm not going to have time to do the nurse from West Virginia. Okay. There was so much last night. It went on and on. Optimistic, working together. West Virginia going to help New York. On and on. I will not be able to go through all of those. I wanted to go through what to me, well, the standout. So I told you about MSNBC as soon as they went, okay? As soon as they went to, I was going to watch them. Kimberly Klacik, Rachel Maddow comes on and says, we're going to take a brief break. I said, what? They didn't do that with the Democrats. So you know you're going to have some flamethrowers. You've got every convention, you pick the people out and give me number 15. And this is Matt Gaetz from Florida. And so when I hear Matt Gaetz is next up, so I go from MSNBC, I say, all right, let's see what CNN is doing. See what they're doing. So I flip over to CNN. And you know, like I said, go ahead and get his video ready. You know you're going to have the flamethrowers, right? Gaetz comes out, and I know it. As soon as they see Gaetz coming onto the stage, Congressman Matt Gaetz, is it Gaetz? Yeah, whatever. Onto the stage, CNN says, we're going to take a brief break. I said, what the hell? They censored this convention like you would not believe. Go ahead and play his video, the flamethrower from last night, the one flamethrower I really want to play here for a minute.
Gaetz, I'm speaking to you from an auditorium emptier than Joe Biden's daily schedule. But we are a nation of full hearts and clear minds. We see the choice clearly: strength or weakness, energy or confusion, success or failure. President Trump is the first president since Reagan not to start a new war. Biden has foolishly cheerled decades of war without winning, without end. President Trump knows we are strongest when we fight hardest, not in distant deserts, but for our fellow Americans. We must fight to save America now, or we may lose her forever. Joe Biden might not even notice. Settle for Biden. That's the hashtag promoted by AOC and the socialists. The Woketopians will settle for Biden because they will make him an extra in a movie written, produced, and directed by others. It's a horror film, really. They'll disarm you, empty the prisons, lock you in your home, and invite MS-13 to live next door. And the police aren't coming when you call. In Democrat-run cities, they're already being defunded, disbanded. Blaming our best and allowing society's worst, that's the story they write in Hollywood. That's if the lights even stay on in California anymore. A state that cannot keep power running for its own people should not send its junior senator to be vice president. They used to write only in fiction, but nightmares are becoming real. Cops killed, children shot. At the Democratic...
Matt Gaetz, Congressman Matt Gaetz, he was the flamethrower. I knew he would be a flamethrower when he came out. I knew he was just going to go at it. He was going to get some things fired up. If you were at home, and I don't see how, but you might have settled in your chair. He was going to be the one that's going to get things rolling. So I said he did a great job. So I said, okay, I did not watch Fox last week, and I don't watch Fox. I keep up with the other side. Not that Fox is a conservative network. Don't get that confused. But I keep up with the other side so I can make sure I flip over to Fox, right? And out on the stage, walking out there is, give me number 14, Ronna McDaniel. She is the chair, the GOP chair. She comes out on the stage, and Tucker Carlson says, well, as Ronna McDaniel is addressing, the audience or whatever, we're going to go to Brett Hume. And I was like, what the hell's with every network? So let's pull up her video and play it.
Is there's only one person who has empathized with everyday Americans and actually been fighting for them over the past 4 years, and that is President Donald Trump. In the nearly 4 years I've worked on behalf of President Trump, I've seen up close a man who has a deep love for family, a man who has reverence for the office of the presidency, a man with an incredible respect for law enforcement and our military. I've seen private moments where he comforts Americans in times of pain and sadness. Now, everyone knows he can be tough. He's tough when he takes on China, tough when he works to fix our unfair trade deals, tough when he fights to secure our borders. President Trump is always going to be tough when he is fighting for the American people, because nice guys like Joe cared more about countries like China and Iran than the United States of America. Tonight begins a new chapter in the great American story, a story that has inspired the world for generations. And when we re-elect President Trump this November, the best is yet to come. This election is the most important in our lifetime. Your vote counts more than ever. If you want to check your voting status, secure your ballot, or register to vote, text VOTE to 88022. Earlier today, President Trump and Vice President Pence came to North Carolina to thank our delegates for unanimously renominating them to a second term. Our official roll call and the business of our Republican convention was conducted today in Charlotte. We have created a short video to symbolize the excitement for President Trump across all 50 states and territories. Thank you for watching. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
All right, Ronna McDaniel, GOP chair. I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much. historic night last night. I don't want to leave. I'm going to play this one. Go ahead and pull me up number 13, Jim Jordan. All right. This was an amazing night last night. Okay. Amazing night. I just, Congressman Jim Jordan's full remarks at the GOP. We'll come back. I might not play the whole entire thing, but get that video up. If it's ready, let's go with that one.
The dad who was hurting. That's the president. Good evening. I'm Congressman Jim Jordan, representing the 4th District of Ohio. The Republican Party is the pro-America party. President Trump is the pro-America candidate. This election is about who can preserve the values, principles, and institutions that make America great. Don't believe me? Look at what's happening in American cities. Cities all run by Democrats. Crime, violence, and mob rule. Democrats refuse to denounce the mob, and their response to the chaos? Defund the police, defund Border Patrol, and defund our military. And while they're doing all this, they're also trying to take away your guns. Look at the positions they've taken in the past few months. Democrats won't let you go to church, but they'll let you protest. Democrats won't let you go to work, but they'll let you riot. And Democrats won't let you go to school, but they'll let you go loot. President Trump has fought against each of their crazy ideas. He's taken on the swamp, all of the swamp, the Democrats, the press, and the never-Trumpers. And when you take on the swamp fights back. They tried the Russia hoax, the Mueller investigation, and the fake impeachment. But in spite of this unbelievable opposition, this president has done what he said he would do. Taxes cut, regulations reduced, economy growing, lowest unemployment in 50 years, out of the Iran deal, embassy in Jerusalem, hostages home from North Korea, a new USMCA agreement, and of course he's building the wall and rebuilding our economy as we speak. I love the president's intensity and his willingness to fight every day in Washington for our families. But what I also appreciate about the president is something most Americans never get to see, how much he truly cares about people. Our family has seen it. 2 years ago, our nephew Eli was killed in a car accident. He lived a mile up the road from us, grew up wrestling and training with our boys, was a high school state champion, varsity athlete for the University of Wisconsin. It was a Saturday morning, 3 days after the accident. I walked to the car to head up to Eli's parents' home when the president called. We talked about a few issues, and then he asked how the family was doing. I said, "They're doing okay, Mr. President, but it's tough." The president said, "Yeah, losing a loved one is always difficult, and it's really tough when they're so young." I then said, "Mr. President, I'm actually walking into their house right now. Obviously, they don't know that I'm talking to you, but if you'd be willing to say hello to Eli's dad, you'd make a terrible day a little less terrible." "What's his name?" the president asked. I walked through the door and said, "Todd, the president wants to talk to you." For the next 5 minutes, family and friends sat in complete silence as the president of the United States took time to talk to a dad who was hurting. That's the president I've gotten to know the last 4 years. The president who shared private moments like this with soldiers, victims of violent crime, and people who've had businesses destroyed by the mob. That's the individual who's made America great again, and who knows America's best days are still in front of us. And that's why I'm busting my tail to help him get reelected. I'm asking you to do the same. Thank you, and God bless our country.
Jim Jordan. We're going to take a brief break. We're going to come back. We got 2 more videos, and we're going to finalize a historic night on the first night of the GOP convention. What a night. And then, yes, I will take 3 minutes or at least 2 and talk about the stories so that my Democratic friends out there could say, "I knew you would go 2 hours and never say a word about it." You may be wrong. Take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is more than just your average Ace. We have a huge selection of Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next trip. We have a huge selection of lumber for your next building project. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs. Plus, we have everything you'd expect like paint, tools, and equipment. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show, August 25th. We are going to work on our internet. If our internet crashes, it's not in the studio here, and it's not the internet. It's the actual computer and the driver and the wireless Wi-Fi. We will get that repaired today. But if it does, Emily is immediately putting up the card. We haven't lost the show, so don't go anywhere. Takes about 30 seconds to reset, and we're sorry that that's happened a couple times. Now, number 24, let me put this up. United, we are unbeatable. Sean Parnell reaches across the aisle to disillusioned Democrats. I loved it. Disillusioned Democrats. Come on, man. There's got to be somebody out there. Now, give me number, let's see, I have it here somewhere. Hang tight. Give me number 17. Now, yesterday they flew down to, and number 17 here, the President of the United States. Yesterday they flew down to Charlotte, and they renominated. And I thought it was interesting because the business, you have the business of the RNC. And they put a platform together. They put a platform together. And instead of talking about this morning that 1,035 delegates, okay, at the Democrat convention voted against their platform. Now, the platform, the Democratic platform did pass, but I think it's 1,035 of the delegates voted against the platform. Democrats are not united. Their only hope is mail-in ballots. When I say only hope, the people are not enthusiastic. So if you get, let's call it a young kid gets up, able to vote on November 3rd, if you ask to go vote, like, I don't like Biden, you know, it's not that bad. What the hell? Trump's Trump. You know, I'm going to play another video game. I'm not going standing and voting. Okay. But if one of these mush brains, I'm sorry, but one of these mush brains are sitting home playing video games and they get a ballot in the mail, and then somebody knocks on the door and says, did you fill out, have you voted? How do you plan to vote? Why the hell are you asking me? I don't know. Did you get a ballot in the mail? Yes. Well, we can help you go back to your video game. So let us help you fill that ballot out. You don't have to leave your home. We'll take it to the post box for you. Oh, that won't happen. That won't happen. You are just one of those fear-monger Republicans trying to. That's what will happen. If Americans are forced to go vote go vote, a lot of these people are going to sit home. They're not enthusiastic. But if you get a knock on the door, like, if I fill this out, will you leave me alone? That means I don't have to get up on November. You guys just leave me alone? Yeah, okay, let me fill this out. Takes 3 minutes. Here you go. Don't bother me. You got another vote. Harvesting votes. You don't think it'll happen? So the Republicans meet down in Charlotte like they're supposed to, and they reaffirm their platform, which Democrats are going nuts saying, oh my God, Republicans is all about Trump. It's not all about Trump here. It's all about Trump. No, they reaffirm their platform. Okay. Then yesterday they went ahead and nominated Trump and Pence. They got this not all out of the way, but they went to Charlotte, completed their convention business, united, come out of it united. Their platform and what they passed says we are a united party. There's no coverage of that. Very little coverage, if any, and it's not MSNBC or CBS, ABC, or CNN, that over 1,000 delegates at the Democratic convention voted against their platform. No coverage of that. So actually, last night, MSNBC opened up by saying, Rachel Maddow said, this is a strange night because it's not really a convention. The convention is over. They did all the business. It's not really a convention. Let's play number 17.
Trying to steal the election from the Republicans. That's what it means. In a very, very nice way, I will tell you, they are trying to steal the election, just like they did it last time with spying, and we caught them, and that included President Obama, and that included, let's be nice, Biden. This could only happen in North Carolina. But that included them, and they got caught. And then somebody said, well, what are you going to do? Well, we can't attack a president. Oh, I see. If it was me. They said, we can't attack a president. We caught him. We caught him cold. And they say, we can't attack. He was at meetings talking about it. And by the way, this was spying before and after. And I think it's a disgrace to our country. I think we can never let that happen again. But now they're doing something that in a certain way is more dangerous because it's more effective. They spied on my campaign. You know what they found? Nothing. But this is big stuff. This is stealing millions of votes, and it's going to be very hard. Now, we're in courts all over the country, and hopefully we have judges that are going to give it a fair call, because if they give it a fair call, we're going to win this election. The only way they can take this election away from us is if this is a rigged election. We're going to win this election. We're going to win this election.
Now, that was the President of the United States yesterday accepting the nomination again to be President of the United States, to be on the ticket, to be their party rep. That is called going off script. Every time the president talks about something like rigging, stealing, spying, well, the president went down to Charlotte and his people are begging him to stay on script, begging him, but he went off script once again. All right, so I want to know, give me number one, Kenosha Barnes. The Democrats, this is what it will look like, okay? That's probably a $285,000 garbage truck. No joke. An ambulance is what, $215,000? That's probably a $400,000 garbage truck, okay? Who pays for that? Kenosha Black Lives Matter protesters set light to Department, okay, of Corrections, all right, building and local businesses while looters run riot for second night in defiance of National Guard deployed to restore order following Jacob Blake police shooting. Now, the interesting thing is I want to know why. I want to know how law enforcement always gets so lucky. Give me number two. To find a family man. Now, they seem to, and I'm being very sarcastic here, law enforcement in these cities seem to be able to find a black male, a loving husband, a loving family man, minding their own business, and kill them. Now, this guy is obviously, they always find a family man. Now, we do not know all the details. The officers have been put on administrative leave while the investigation's going on, or what happened, all right? But this is what really helps. Number two, there's your garbage truck. Number two, burning up. Number three, here's another nice fire. This one is one of the best. This is a furniture store. I think this is, number four, is a furniture store fully engulfed in flames, right? Here's another view. This may be the furniture store. Number five. We showed you these cars at let's just go to 7. This is a car lot that supports Black Lives Matter. All the cars are burning. Interesting. How do they find these perfect black family, the perfect family man, everything, when we don't know all the details? This is what the inner cities look like. Black Lives Matter, they seem to be able to get together very quick in Kenosha. They can assemble just like that, start burning things down. But no, you think we just make this up. Now, with 4 minutes left, there's a couple things I want to talk about. All right, so Republicans out there, don't get upset with me. I thought it was a perfect night from start to finish. Okay? Meaning everything at the RNC last night, I thought went off, no technical errors. I just thought it was amazing. I cannot wait to see what they have for tonight. But there's 2 speakers last night that I understand some of you, Okay. Now, at the Democratic National Convention, they could not get one person to speak. Why didn't they call Hunter? So Joe has a family member. Yesterday, they wanted to make a big deal that Donald's older sister, they, said some things about him, and they weren't nice. Oh, my God. Last night, MSNBC, Rachel Maddow and the crew took the time to show all the clips of Kamala Harris's sister loving her and her blended family, white family, and Joe's wife, and Beau Biden, the emotions of that, and the grandchildren. And Donald Trump's sister can't stand him. Last night, Don Jr., Don Jr. will speak, Eric will speak, Ivanka will speak, and Tiffany will have a speaking role in the convention. All the children. Melania will talk. Okay, well, she will speak. No Hunter Biden. Can't find Hunter anywhere. All right. Now, Don Jr., it's okay. He gave a speech. But the reason I'm not playing it is if there's two speeches that, Kimberly Guilfoyle, it didn't connect, yelling at me. Didn't connect. Some of you, now I don't dislike Kimberly, but speech didn't really connect to me. Don Jr., speech really didn't connect to me. So I want to say that. I want it done, over with. And yes, I do want to say that it is a sad day, and it happens more often than it should. But what took place with Jerry Falwell Jr. And supposedly his resignation from Liberty University with his wife, himself, and the pool boy, not good. Not good. That's really sad that that's happened. Jerry Falwell Sr. is someone that I really enjoyed. I like Jerry Falwell Sr. a lot, but Jerry Falwell Jr., never been a big fan, just always something there. And maybe now I catch on that there's something there. Last night, the President of the United States, the RNC, they did an amazing job of telling the truth of what happened with COVID. They did an amazing job telling the truth at what's going on in this country, taking away the regulations, ending job-killing regulations, bringing money back to this country, repatriating money. Number 29, this is not true, folks, but look at what CNN did this morning. GOP convention rewrites history of Trump's COVID response. Number 30, we didn't rewrite the history on it. This is what happened. Number 31, they had to knock it down. These are first responders. From sheriff deputy that had a 10-day illness, the guy on the very far end with the tie. He is a sheriff deputy, I forget where, a 10-day illness of COVID. Okay. These are first responders that the president highlighted. Okay. They, number 36, Wisconsin man shot by police remains in ICU. Minneapolis, Denver, Kenosha, and New York. Number 37, Joe Biden calls for immediate, full, and transparent investigation into Jacob Blake shooting. Really, Joe? Okay. There's one other. I thought I might have it here and I don't. Anyhow, don't forget, we're gonna go because we got to get to. I've got some meetings today. We'll get the Wi-Fi fixed. Tonight is the second night of the Republican National Committee. Share these videos. Go and find these videos. Share them with your friends, and just tell your friends, look. Don't watch any of the networks. Just watch these videos. Watch them, and see for yourself. Ask ask, okay, Democrats, your friends, ask them if they could talk about at any time where Barack Hussein Obama funded black colleges like Donald J. Trump. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Emily, you did an amazing job today. I appreciate you. Election night coverage November 3rd, 8 to midnight on FYNTV.com. And we'll see you tomorrow morning.